Hello everyone, we're going to make a brochure today. We have a sample for that. This is the sample for the brochure, and you can see there are three columns. So we need to make something very similar to this. Of course, we won't be able to make it exactly in the same way, but we will try to make a brochure as similar to this as possible. So in Microsoft Word, we go to File and we start a new blank document. And then we first, if you might notice that the orientation of this document is landscape, which means that the height of this document is less than its width. You go to the layout ribbon and you go to orientation and you change it to landscape. Now the page looks something like this. Go to the page size and change it to A4, and A4, the default page size is letter in Microsoft Word. A4 is better for making a brochure because the aspect ratio of A4 has slightly more difference in width to height, meaning that its height is in a landscape mode will be less than a letter page size, this one. So then what you need to do is you need to change the margins. So if you look at this sample brochure, you'll see that if you have seen brochures in real life, you know that there are no white borders. So I'm going to go to margins and I'm going to go to custom margins, and then I'm going to change the margins to 0 on all sides. So 0 all the way, top, left, bottom, right, all zeros. Then I'm going to press OK. It will give me a warning that some margins are outside the printable area of the page. Now this is optimized for a particular printer. This this app, you can say. So we are going to ignore this because we are going to assume that whenever this brochure will be printed, it will be printed on a compatible printer, which will be able to print without any margins. So I'm going to press ignore, and you can see that as I have turned this non-printing characters on, you should be able to see that the cursor is blinking right on the top left side, and there are no margins. So now I'm going to change or I'm going to insert three columns. So I go to the layout ribbon and then I go to the columns button and then I click three columns. Now you won't see any change, but if you look closely on the ruler, you will be able to see that now the ruler has broken down into three parts. This is the first part, and then this is discontinuation, and then there's a second part, and it discontinues, and then there's a third part. So we have three columns, and in order to be sure that we have created three columns, you can press enter multiple times, or you just press and hold the enter key, and it keeps on inserting new lines or new paragraphs all the way up to the third, column. Right. So this is how we can be certain that we have created three columns. Otherwise, there won't be an easy way to do that. Now, if you observe here, you see another thing that the page color is orange. Now, Microsoft Word does not allow different colors for different columns. So that will be a bit difficult to achieve. So I'm going to just apply the same color to all the page. We go to the design ribbon, and in this we can see the page color ribbon, and in this you go to this orange color, and now the page color is orange. And because we don't have any margins, so we will be able to write in any of the area that we see here. The second thing we're going to do is, if we look at the sample, there are pictures, a plate with salad, and here you can see that there's a plate with some dish in it. So we're going to like first fetch some pictures from the internet. So I'm going to search a plate of salad. So I'm going to choose this one because this picture has the background is of another color. So that will allow us to get rid of the background color. So I hope it will be easy to do that. We're going to click open the image in a new tab, and or we go to the website and we see this image here. We're going to right click and save the image in the downloads folder. Now I'm going to go to the document that I'm making, and in that I'm going to first place the cursor at the beginning of the page, and I'm going to insert picture from my device, this device, and then I'm going to go to the downloads folder, and in downloads I'm going to find this picture. I click it, I insert it, and it is here. Now this wrapping option, I can select this wrapping option to change the, you can say, binding of the picture with respect to the text. So I can have multiple different options, like this one says square, this one says tight, and this one says through, meaning that if I did these blue lines, these tiny blue lines, these represent the text. So what these options mean is that the text is going to surround the picture in different ways, like in a square way or in a tight way, or the text will go through the picture if it has transparent areas, and the text can go up and below the picture, called top and bottom, or it can go behind the text, or it can come in front of text. So we have all of these options. So I'm going to select in front of text, and now you will see that I can move the picture anywhere I like. I can even move it so that it is partially covered. So if going back to the sample, we can see that the picture has covered 70-80% of the column. So I'm going to increase its size to somewhere around this. You can adjust it according to your picture. Now you can go to the color option, and it says transparent color. Select you can set a transparent color. So we will try it, and it might not work properly in this particular case. So I'm going to also use a crop option to get rid of some of the this unwanted color, and then if I see, it has made some of the color transparent, not properly, but if it was a uniform color, a solid background, it would have been better transparency. And we can go and try for a different transparent color, and then it looks something like this. So you can play around and see if it works for you. So right now I'm going to just leave it like this because it really doesn't work for this picture. Now let's see what else this sample expects from us. So it says special resto service. So I'm going to type here special in all capital letters. I'm going to type it. Now we have discussed it before that if you have a text already written and you want to change its properties, you're going to select the text. Then I'm going to click font color option, in which it says white color. I'm going to select this in the home ribbon, and then I'm going to turn the text bold. I'm going to increase its size to somewhere around 24. Let's look at the sample again. This is the sample, so it still looks a bit small, so I'm going to change it to, let's say, 28. And the second thing you notice in the sample is that it has a distance from the left margin. This is not a margin, this is a distance from the margin. You can if you had considered this page margin, you could also do that, but that would be applied to all of the page, and not the individual columns perhaps. I'm going to type here the best restaurant in town. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to click this text anywhere, and then I'm going to go to the home ribbon and I'm going to click this paint brush icon. This is called Format Painter, and then I'm going to click it, and then I'm going to come back here, and you see that now the cursor shows this paintbrush, meaning that I can transfer, or I can copy paste the formatting of this text to this next text. So I'm going to paste it like this on this text. So you see that the formatting of this text has been pasted to the next text. Now I'm going to try this margins thing again. I'm going to go to custom margins, and I'm going to try the left 0. Let's make it 0.2 inches, and I'm going to press OK and ignore. And you see that so every column is shifted 0.2 inches, right? So this is another option which you can use to create the left indentation, but I'm going to do something else. I'm going to keep these paragraph marks in the same place, so that perhaps I can see where my column dividers are, and then I'm going to place line indents on this. So I'm going to select this text, and then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to the paragraph option, and here I'm going to add some indentation before the text. So I'm going to add here 0.2 inches, and I'm going to press OK. So you see that only this line has shifted, and the rest of the paragraph marks are at the same place. So let's look at the sample. Here the margin is slightly more than 0.2, but it is fine. We can compare this. It looks acceptable, I would say. And then we have to write something else. So let's see what it is. It says this restaurant provides a variety of traditional food from Indonesia. This restaurant can be said to be the best in the city before of the complete food menu provided. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the next line, then I'm going to go to this home ribbon, and here it says the option of dictation. So I can dictate the Microsoft Word to write something for me. So I'm going to use this option. I'm going to just use the dictate mic. First I'm going to click the cursor on the very next line to this special resto service, and then I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to use dictate. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is we have to change the properties of this text, so it looks similar to the one in this sample. And I'm going to use multiple options. Like the first one I'm going to use is to change the color to white. So I'm going to use this button, and it changes the color to white, and it is in the home ribbon, by the way. And then I right click this and go to paragraph options, and in the paragraph options I'll have to do multiple things. Like I'm going to add 0.2 inches before the text, and then I'll have to change the line spacing. So I'm going to change the line spacing to 1.5 lines, and then I'm going to add the between word spacing, but it is not accessible through this, so we'll have to do something else. So let's press OK, and let's also make the text size a bit bigger. So I'm going to change the text size to, let's say, 18 or maybe 16. 16 is fine. So if we compare now, it looks fine. And now if you look here that the line spacing versus the space between these two paragraphs is different. So line spacing is the space between these lines, whereas the space between two paragraphs is something else. So we're going to increase the spacing between these two paragraphs by first clicking anywhere in between this paragraph, and then right clicking, going to the paragraph option, and then adding the space after the paragraph more than before. So I'm going to increase it to 12, and okay. So you see the actually make it I'm going to change it again to 18. So now you see that the between paragraph space for these two paragraphs is more. Then I'm going to add this text. This restaurant provides a variety of traditional food. This is actually the same text, so I'm going to copy paste it as it is. So copy this from here and then copy it in the very next line. But you'll see that you'll have to increase the indentation for this paragraph. So you right click it and go to paragraph option, and then you increase the first line indent to 0.2 inches, and also at the same time increase the after paragraph space to 18. Press OK, and you see this is the new look of this text. Then also add this heading which says traditional resto in the third column. But before we do that, let's bring these two paragraphs slightly above this position like this. So now this looks similar to this, and then add the phone number, the email address, and the location. So I'm going to add it here. So +127, let's say, and 890. And to make the text look very similar to this text, you can just select anywhere in this paragraph, go to the same format painter, and select this text, and the properties will appear. Also, I'm going to change the alignment of this text to center, and then you press enter and you write the email address, which is, it says hello@reallyGreatSite.com. So I'm going to type hello@reallyGreatSite.com, then press enter, and you've seen that it has created this text into a hyperlink. So hyperlink is going to change the color to a default system hyperlink color. We don't want that. You do undo here once, and it is only going to remove the hyperlink. This is one way of removing the hyperlink. Another way is to right click this and remove hyperlink from this context menu. So once it is removed, it goes back to the colors of the text that we want. And in the next line, we type 123 anywhere street, any city. So 123 any street, any city, right? So in the next column, we also write traditional resto. So I'm going to copy paste all of this, these two paragraphs from here to this point, and you see all the properties were also copied. And I'm going to type here traditional resto, and it looks quite similar to this. And if we wanted to add a new picture, we could also go to the browser, and let's say we search a Chinese dish in plate, and go to the images option, and it shows several options, and just select, I'm going to select this picture because it will be easier for the background to be removed in Word. I'm just going to click and save the image right from here to the downloads folder, and let's see if Word accepts the WebP extension. I'm going to click the cursor here, and I'm going to insert a picture from this device, select the picture, insert, and it shows it here. Again, right click this or go to this layout option or wrapping option and click in front of text. It brings it and it can bring it anywhere it likes. And then I'm going to go to the crop option. I'm going to crop this bottom area. Make sure you wait for this cursor to become to have this T shape, and then reduce the area. And now I'm going to go to the picture format ribbon, and then the color button, and it says set transparency color, and then you click this white area, and then you can bring this thing to the bottom right, and then increase the picture size so it looks something like this. And now if you see, there's something else has happened. I'm going to add some space over here, and then we'll have to reduce it from here. And if you look here, it has added a new page. We don't really want that, so I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to use the backspace key to come above. And now this is only one page. I'm going to turn off the non-printing characters. And if you now compare it with the sample that we were trying to create, we have created something similar to the brochure. So this is how you can create a brochure with 3 columns, and you can try it before I wrap it up. Let me crop the image a bit more because it has some watermarks. So click it, and it should, so, and then from the left as well. So now it looks slightly more clean. So what if I wanted to add creasing lines or crease lines for this page, this brochure? I can always go to the insert and then the shapes option, and I can select a line, and I can draw a line in a regular way from top to bottom wherever I like. So in this case, it will be the starting of the ruler area, and then I can draw another line using insert shapes straight line, and then I will add a line before exactly the starting of this ruler, and it will give me the folding or the creasing lines for this brochure. So this is our final output, and we have created a brochure very similar to this. I hope you will be able to create it in your own time. If you have any difficulty, you can ask in the comments. Thank you.